Picture this. You spent months planning your dream vacation. Your savings are set aside, your documents are perfectly organized, and your hopes are high. Then comes that dreaded email: visa rejected. No explanation, no second chance, just a simple no that shatters months of planning. In 2024, this isn't just one person's story. It's the reality facing millions of Indians who collectively lost an astounding 664 crore rupees, that's $77 million, to visa rejections. But here's what's even more striking. This figure only accounts for direct application fees. When you factor in supporting documents, travel insurance, and bookings that can't be refunded, the real cost likely exceeds $200 million annually. Hello everyone, today we're diving deep into a crisis that's affecting millions of Indians. We're going to uncover why visa rejections are skyrocketing, what it means for you, and most importantly, what can be done about it. Trust me, some of these numbers might shock you. Let's start with the harsh reality. New Zealand tops the rejection list, turning away 33 out of every 100 Indian applicants. Australia follows at 30%, the UK at 17%, and the Schengen area at 16%. But here's what's really concerning. The UAE, traditionally a welcoming destination with just 1% rejections, now denies 6% of Indian applications. This matters because in 2023, Indian visitors to the UAE reached a record 3.7 million, making them the top source market for Dubai's tourism sector. Indian tourists also rank among the highest spenders, averaging $1,200 per visit to Dubai. The waiting game is just as frustrating. For a US visa, the average wait time has hit 250 days in most Indian cities. Want to visit Canada? Student visa processing can take up to 290 days. Even a tourist visa to the UK now takes 8 to 10 weeks, triple the time it took in 2019. This isn't just about individual disappointments. India's outbound tourism market is projected to reach $45 billion by 2025. Despite visa hurdles, Indian tourists spent $22.9 billion abroad in 2019. That's more than tourists from many countries with easier visa access. Let's put this in perspective. Indian tourists rank 6th globally in shopping spend abroad, averaging $1,700 per trip. This means countries with restrictive visa policies aren't just turning away tourists, they are turning away significant economic benefits. Now, here's where things get interesting. On the Henley Passport Index, India sits at the 85th position. But did you know that in 2014, India ranked 76th? That's right, despite our growing economic power, global mobility has actually decreased. But here's what really makes you think. Take Timor-Leste, sitting at 58th place. This nation only gained its independence 20 years ago, yet its citizens enjoy more global mobility than Indians. Or consider Kosovo at 63rd, a skinny country that isn't even recognized by half the world's nations. Then there's Tuvalu, ranked 67th, a tiny Pacific island nation with just 11,000 citizens. Even Dominica at 73rd place outranks India, despite having an economy smaller than many Indian districts. These rankings paint a puzzling picture of global mobility that seems disconnected from economic reality. But what's really behind these rejections? The data reveals some patterns. For Schengen visas, 30% of Indian rejections cite insufficient proof of funds, despite Indians being among the highest spenders abroad. Another 25% are rejected for unclear travel purpose, even with detailed itineraries. Here's something mind-boggling. A typical Schengen visa application from India requires 37 different documents. For comparison, Japanese citizens need just 8 documents for the same visa. And if you're heading to the UAE, get ready for an extensive paperwork marathon. You'll need to prove you have at least 5,000 dirhams in your bank account, show your return ticket, and provide confirmed hotel bookings. But that's just the beginning. They'll also want to see your travel insurance, a detailed day-by-day itinerary of your entire trip, verification from your employer, and even your tax returns. It's like preparing for an audit, just to take a vacation. But it's not all closed doors and rejection stamps. Some countries are rolling out the welcome mat for Indian travelers. Thailand has taken a bold step by offering visa-free entry. Sri Lanka has gone a similar route with their free visa on arrival program. Vietnam's making things easier too with a streamlined e-visa process that's a breath of fresh air. And there's more good news on the horizon. Malaysia is actively considering visa-free travel for Indians. So, these changes show that some nations recognize the value Indian travelers bring to their economies. India itself is pushing back. The government's new visa reciprocity policy has already led to negotiations with several countries. Plus, the upcoming rollout of next generation e passports could boost India's passport power significantly. The visa rejection crisis isn't just about stamps in passports or numbers on a spreadsheet, it's about dignity. It's about equal access in our increasingly connected world. As India continues its remarkable rise on the global stage, these barriers will inevitably face pressure to change. And until then, stay informed, plan ahead, and remember, sometimes the most beautiful destinations are the ones that welcome you with open arms. Want to stay ahead of these crucial travel developments? Hit subscribe and tap that notification bell. Share this video with fellow travelers who need this information. Together, we can navigate these challenging waters.